Hey guys. I just wanted to do a little talk today about the incident that happened in my town on March 22nd. I got a comment yesterday in my Instagram I wanted to address. Someone said, I know people who are very close to the people who died. They are grieving and very upset. No one was paid to do this grieving. I thought spiritual people were more compassionate. This war is about good and evil, not truthers against dark cult. If you don't show compassion due to your narrow views, you are on the side of evil, not good. Please be compassionate. These people died and people who love them are mourning. Totally get that. Yeah. And if I were in, if I knew those people and they were in my living room right now, we would be holding each other and crying, because anyone who knows me knows the trauma that I've been through. And however, in any type of incident that happens, in any type of crisis, and I am trained in crisis situations, by the way. I am a certified emergency response team member. Okay, so I know, I know what happens in crises, and I'm also trained in hospice care. So everyone plays a different role. Okay, let's take the example of somebody going into the hospital. You have the injured party, and then you have the person who escorts them in and kind of dotes over them a bit. Here, sit here, I'll take care of everything. Holds them if they're crying, consoles them. Then you have the person who's more like, I'm going to go to the front desk and I'm going to tell them that we're here and I'm going to fill out all the paperwork and I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. And then you have like the drama queen who comes in and makes it all about themselves or blows the whole thing way out of proportion and brings a bunch of drama and all of that kind of stuff. But all of it is playing a role. All of it is meant to be. All of it is supposed to be just as it is. So let's not judge each other. And let's certainly not be attacking somebody publicly when you could have a private conversation with that person and actually make an impact. If this person would have written me privately and would have had a really good constructive conversation with me and tried to reason with me in a number of different ways that actually comes from the heart, then maybe we could have collaborated on a really great video. Maybe we could have, done any number of different things that would have been a great collaboration. Right now, it needs to be about working with people, not against people. Nobody needs to be being attacked right now. And I am one of the most compassionate people that I know on this planet. My compassion is right here in this video and the video that I put out yesterday as well. It's getting the truth out to people. It's helping people to see through the illusions of what's been going on right now. Now, she was basically going on the assumption that I was saying that everybody was being paid. No, don't take a little thing that I say and blow it into like a million. What I said was, there in a lot of different incidences, and a lot of these incidences are staged in the sense that maybe not everybody is paid in it. Maybe the victims are actually quite real and suffering and all of that, which I'm not downplaying. Maybe that part is real. But whoever set up the whole thing to even happen in the first place needs to be held accountable and needs to be brought down. The evil and the corruption needs to be stopped. Otherwise, we're going to have lots more deaths, millions more deaths. So do we want to focus on the grieving right now? Or do we want to take the role that I'm taking and alert everybody of the illusions that are going on and who really needs to be held accountable behind all of this? And that's the corrupt system that's been enabled to go on for way too long, that really needs to come to a halting stop right now. That's the real issue. That's what I'm getting to. And like I said, if you have to be appropriate to the situation. If I know those people and I'm talking to those people one-on-one, I'd be crying with them. I would be, consoling them. I would doing all the soft, fluffy things that you're looking for, But on this channel, and as a protective mother of all of my good friends, my family, my tribe here, I am a fierce warrior, and I am trying to get out the truth for good, okay? That is my compassion. My compassion is to try to save humanity beyond the illusions of what's going on right now. We can't be, and I've said this all along, even with the incident that happened all year long last year that was absolutely ridiculously blown out of proportion, exaggerated to the nth degree to make you guys totally fearful and controllable. You know, I've been telling you guys, do not pay attention to any of these small little fires that are going off, okay? They're meant to cause you grief and fear and sadness and all of the devil energy. That's the devil. The devil is in the details. The devil's in the illusion. The devil is in all of the, oh man, all of that, okay? You're playing into the devil when you're going through all of that, which you got to when you've been legitimately victimized and you've had this happen to you. But if you are a spiritual person, you also see that all of that is of the ego, and you heal yourself. You see the truth from the situation. You start to, once you've gone through the proper steps, you get to a place where you start to feel like empowered. Okay, so what can I do about this? Since I'm not involved in the situation, I'm already, I haven't had to go through the process, the grief process. So I'm already over here saying, what do we do about it? What do we do about it? What is the action we can take? And the action we can take is seeing the illusions for what they are, seeing through it. Okay. So my style isn't for everybody. I'm very much to the point. But if you don't like it, then you probably shouldn't be watching me. So everybody's playing the role that they need to, and in the way that they need to. Everybody's unique in their own special way. Nobody needs to be like saying that anybody else is wrong in what they're doing, except for those that are actually causing the problems, not those that are actually helping humanity and trying to wake people up. So the faster we can start to see that not everything that we're seeing or hearing, especially on those boxes that are placed in everyone's homes, the faster that we can see that we're being manipulated by evil forces, that people are being bribed and paid behind the scenes. Not every single person. No, I've never said it was every single person in it. I'm just saying that I'm helping you guys to see. You guys need to start looking on BitChute and some of these other channels. That's why they don't want you to, these people who are supporting some of these other places like YouTube and Google and places like that. Those guys are actually nefarious. So they don't want you to know the truth. So they're censoring it all and they're not letting all this stuff get out. But you got to be diligent, Bereans of noble character, like in the Bible, and you need to go research in these other places like BitChute and stuff and start to see all wars have been created. You've been completely lied to and deceived about every war that's ever happened on this planet. Probably every shooting that's ever happened. There are even like car accidents that have happened, massive car accidents that were all of it on purpose. People are needlessly dying, many, many more than however many happened to pass away recently here in this incident. There are many, many shootings going on right now all over, but it's to drive an agenda. So I'm just encouraging people to feel empowered, to stay out of that emotional state. Don't give in to because even the evil feeds off of that negative energy, all of it, the confusion, the chaos, the sadness, the grief, the mourning, and all of that stuff is of the ego. Not saying you shouldn't feel it. Again, I'm not judging it. I'm just saying go ahead and feel it and heal it, but don't be attacking others from that emotional state is what I'm saying. Keep a calm head, see the illusions for what they are, and go after stopping the tyranny, stopping those evil people from getting away, stop them from being able to get away with what they're doing, setting these things up and allowing these things to happen, knowing full well that was going to happen. Somebody knew all that was going to happen, all of it. Maybe not everybody who is going to pass away in that situation, but they knew the whole thing was going to play out. Trust me. They knew it. They knew the officer that was going to arrive on the scene They knew the time to do it, like when he was around, when he'd show up, that he had the biggest heart, that he knew some truths, that he was kind and compassionate, and that he would be the one that would arrive on the scene. He and I have talked in spirit, and I believe he was a really good guy. And that's probably why he was chosen to be the one to show up on the scene and disappear. Okay. I'm just saying. And the person who was in the, operating the camera being really hysterical, they were not helping the situation. They were not being unbiased. They were not being like calm, cool, collected, reporting honestly. They were trying to make everybody hysterical. Everybody else being videoed in that situation were totally like not even alarmed. And so who knows what really went on? I'm just saying there's a lot. We've got reporters who because like say there's supposedly this big flood and they want to make everybody afraid. Oh my gosh, places are flooding. It's this, blah, blah agenda. We need to do something about this. And they're trying to go and like really exaggerate something so that you'll do what they want you to do. It's always, all of these situations, these catastrophic situations are always designed to get you to do something. Okay. So whatever they're trying to get you to do, don't do it, is what I'm saying. Be aware, be wise, and don't do what they're trying to get you to do. Whatever they're trying to drive. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So these reporters, I've seen so much footage of all of this fakeness. You guys got to start looking into this if you aren't aware of this. And there'll be reporters who the water only comes up about, a foot and a half or something like that. So the reporters have gotten down on their knees so that it looks like the water's coming clear up to here when it's not. I mean, just look at all last year. Completely exaggerated numbers, out of control, absolutely out of control. The same number of people die every single year from the flu. If you look at the numbers and look back, the hysteria was caused by the television and those news reporters who are also nefarious, who are paid by nefarious people. It's all just, it's all this big intricate system that's been just allowed to go on for way too long. And all I'm doing is I'm bringing the light to it. I'm bringing the light to it, letting people know this is illusory, guys. Aspects of it are illusory. The devil is in the details, and the devil loves to confuse. So it's going to put truths in there, but it's also going to put lies in there. And it's going to big old mixing pot so people don't know which direction to look in. And all I'm encouraging people to do is being powered enough to look deeper into the situation. That's all. Look deeper into the situation, look deeper into what actually caused it. Why was this allowed to happen? Who was paid off so that this could happen? And what was the agenda that was driving it? That's all. Everything that happens that's bad in our world, we need to take that kind of a approach to. Let's get to the facts. Let's get to what's really going on here. Why did this have to happen? And what are they trying to drive? What are they trying to get us all to do? What are they trying to get us all to feel? Just question those things. That's all I'm saying. And that is compassionate, because I am a very loving person and I care about those people, and I care about the people who died. I don't want anyone else to die. That's why I want the bad guys to be stopped. That's why I want the corruption to end. That's why I'm making it all about that, because that's the bigger picture. And I'm going to save a lot more lives making you guys aware of what's actually happening right now, rather than making it about this tiny little thing when it's huge and massive. Many more people are going to die if we just keep our heads in the sand or just focus on every little tiny incident that happens. That's exactly what they want you to do, is make it all about that and make it unjust and unfair. And now we need to be afraid of that town. And now we need to be afraid of these people. And now no. We need to just heal ourselves and not attack other people and not, assume the worst in terms of give other people with compassion the benefit of the doubt. This is a time to come together, to collaborate, to work together, to realize that all this stuff is going on, and start waking up to some of the things that are going on as an undercurrent to it all. And then what can we do to be proactive to end it, to stop it so nobody else has to die? You know, I mean, well, we're tending to these 10, how many hundreds more are going to die because we're paying attention over here? We need to keep our eye on the big picture. At least I do in my own particular role, because this is the role that I'm playing right now. So, I guess the other thing is, I mean, it's just really about introspection. It's about looking at ourselves, not other people. Try to see from other people's points of view. Try to understand other people rather than call them out, because you're going to make things worse in our world. You're contributing to the evil in our world the more that you're trying to divide people, or the more you're trying to, should on people. Don't should on anybody. Just go heal yourself, heal the people that you know that are suffering. Heal yourself in the sense that you also are enabling yourself to pull back and see the bigger picture. Hold hands with God, become one with God in the sense of you're becoming really present in the moment. You're not all caught up in feelings and emotions and allowing yourself to be just in your ego reacting to things. You want to be really responding positively and proactively in a way that empowers you and empowers others and helps people feel supported. But at the same time, it's taking a good look at everything that's going on, because you're like the overseer or the shepherd to the flock. You got to keep an eye on it all. Otherwise, you're going to cause more deaths to happen. So, that's where I'm coming from with the whole thing, is just seeing what's really going on, seeing through the illusions, having an open enough mind to know there are paid people, there are agendas, there are reasons where these catastrophes are allowed to happen. And so that's the truth of the matter. To what degree that is in every different situation is going to vary. Who was in charge in every different situation? Who was paid off? Who was the person who was set up to arrive on the scene soon and die because they were too good of a person? Whatever different scenario is presented, it's all fake. And it's all for an agenda. And there are lots and lots of shootings going on right now. And that's not a coincidence, you guys. I'm just trying to help you see the truth behind it all, not so that you're afraid, so that you're empowered. And so that you guys will can even be saying some prayers to dissolve the corruption and to let it not have a stronghold anymore. Because we're going to go into the new earth and we are going to be unconditionally loving, because we're going to be healed. When we heal and love ourselves, that's the key to everything. It is, I read this thing earlier. What is it? Was it 115? I think it was 115. Also, trying to keep a sense of humor or lightheartedness or the benefit of the doubt thing. Yeah, it is 115. Why didn't I see it? Okay. This is so crazy. I mean, I happened upon this and was like, what? It was the dolphin amulet. I think I put it back in the bag. When you receive the dolphin amulet, take a deep breath and dive into the dolphin dimension, making merry in a dolphin goddess way. She comes to you today for no other reason than to play. In her smiling oracle way, she tells you that one of the most profoundly political acts of power. Okay, let me repeat that. In her smiling oracle way, she tells you that one of the most profoundly political acts of power is play. And of course, self-love. So that is your biggest power, is to laugh. Finding the laughing places in your heart and letting yourself go. Humor has the power to touch your soul, awakening deep transformative energy. Laugh out loud, laugh with a friend. So sometimes laughter doesn't seem like the politically correct thing to do, doesn't seem like the appropriate thing to do. But if you think about it, anytime I've had to battle evil, which I do a lot for my job, one of your biggest weapons is to either stay present in the moment so that you stay out of your own head. And so you can, like I said, you get your guidance directly from spirit and from God, and you think clearly because you're not being too overly emotional. But that and laughter annihilates the evil. So the more you guys can get to a place where you're healing and you're laughing and you're sharing the good memories, and you're seeing, even being able to do the exercise, thank you, God, for my misery. Thank you, God, that this has happened because, and then you list out all the benefits and advantages as to why that was a God-sent thing. I mean, ultimately everything is God-sent, or it is to help you step into your power, or it's to your higher self has allowed it so that you can learn a valuable lesson about something. So figure out what those things are that is a gift from spirit in the worst of things. Okay. And you guys know that I've had tons of trauma in my life. So I'm speaking from experience. I'm not a novice when it comes to death. And like I said, I'm trained in all of it as well. What I'm saying is, empower yourself and heal at this time and love yourself, and don't be attacking other people. If you want to have a conversation like that with someone, do it privately and do it from the heart, not from your ego, and not out of like wanting to retaliate and attack and be emotional over something. Have a calm, cool head and go discuss something with somebody that could actually lead to a really productive result. Okay. Good things are coming, you guys. Blessings are about to happen, and they can happen out of bad situations as well. So don't give in to all the fear, the angst, and all of the, that now Boulder is a bad place to be, because Boulder is one of the best, my favorite place I've ever lived in my life. I love this place. And there are corrupt people everywhere. I was going to say you can't escape that, but we are destroying that whole system, you guys. It is coming to an end. And this new earth, this type of situation is going to be unheard of. And not because the people, because the people are so much better and now all of a sudden we're all harmonious and unconditionally loving. We already are that way. Those of us who are human beings, but there are people who are possessed by evil, who've been able to get away with manipulating us because we're so innocent and we believe it and we give our power away to other people. But guess who's caused us to do that? The evil system's been training us to do that since the day we were born. We're indoctrinated into it. Our education is actually indoctrination, if you really look into the history of things. So have compassion for yourself, love yourself, heal yourself, and don't attack anybody else. Just do your own healing. Do what you feel you need to be a compassionate person. If you feel somebody else needs to be more compassionate, you be more compassionate. You think somebody shouldn't get paid off, you don't get paid off in some way, shape, or form. Always reflect back to yourself. Always take a look at yourself and what it is that, that you're meaning to say to someone else. Maybe write out that letter. Be as mad as you want to be to that person that you're upset about or upset at. Read it back to yourself, talking to yourself, or see the aspects of it that you're doing yourself. That's where the real healing is going to begin. And that's how you're also going to be open-minded enough to listen to some of the things that I'm talking about, like how things are very illusory right now that we're seeing on those televisions. Very illusory, very exaggerated, very fake, a lot of it, not all of it. And a lot of it is set up and staged. And there are a lot of paid actors and actresses. Now, figuring out which ones are which, that's a whole different story. Yeah, you agree? And he shows up on that note. So, yeah, there's definitely some healing to be had right now. There's definitely some healing, and you guys need to lick your wounds for sure. And then once you're over that, go through the proper steps of grief, and then you're going to give it to God and be like, okay, God, come on in. Come on in, take control of the situation, please. And help us to stay a sovereign and human help us to stay free. Help us to stay free. Yeah, I just got to give it to God again. And sensitive emotions. People, emotions are running high right now. So have compassion for yourself and for others. And don't be mad at yourself for lashing out at me either. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise because wonderful things are happening. New romance is imminent. They always have to say that with me because that's what I'm about. I'm leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps you're guided to take. You cannot listen to spirit unless or until you have a still heart and a still mind. So grieve properly, but get through the grieving quickly so that you can start taking action that can actually help humanity and help us all get through this crazy time more quickly. Don't go after anybody. Don't be attacking anybody. We don't need any more grief, and we certainly don't need the dark side being fueled with all that negativity. The dark side's it worked. Not only will it work, we got all this misery, we're just eating that up, yum, 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 yum. Like in Monsters, Inc. It's totally like that. It really is like that. So don't be fueling the dark side by furthering their agenda and see the agenda for what it is and realize that there is a lot of stuff that was set up in the situation. It was allowed to happen. Somebody somewhere knew all that was going to happen and they allowed it because they ultimately wanted to benefit from it in the end. But the funny thing about evil, for those of you who've fallen for it, evil is never on your side. Trust me. They pretend to be on your side. Here, we'll give you all this money. We'll make you captain. We'll make you this. We'll make you that. Whatever it is that you bought into, that you thought that would be a good payoff. Oh, we'll keep your family safe. None of that will be adhered to when all is said and done. All of the corruption is going to be, all of these secrets are coming out. All of this is going to be made known. And when it's known, it's your head on the chopping block. You're going to look really, really bad for making that decision. So you are just putting yourself at the end of the line, but eventually you're going to be one of those who die. If they're out to kill humanity, if they're out to destroy humanity, you're going to be one of those destroyed. The devil and evil does not have any loyalty to anybody. You're on that list too. You may just be at the very end of it. So you'll have to have seen all of humanity destroyed, and then they're coming for you and your family and taking all that money back. So don't fall for it. Don't be stupid enough to fall for it. And don't be greedy enough to fall for it either. Because it will nip you in the ass. It will. So I encourage everyone to be on the side of God, to be on the side of love, to keep choosing love, to keep choosing to stay present in the moment and holding hands with God. But definitely also see through the illusions and the lies and the fakeness of things and be willing, keep your heart open and your mind open to things being not what they appear to be. And this could be in love too. Don't fall for the karmic that just wants you for your money. Don't fall for the karmic because they're going to you think that they're going to accelerate your career. They're not going to accelerate your career. Not if you choose evil. You have to choose love to accelerate your career. You have to choose love it's like you make these decisions as you go along. There's always something painful to have to pay if you choose evil, guys. Always. It will never benefit you in the end. It will nip you in the butt. It will spin around on you so quick. But if you choose love, you're only going to get better and better and better results. Okay, guys, have yourselves a beautiful day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for keeping an open mind and an open heart. And please go do some research on BitChute, since nefarious people are in charge of YouTube and Google and places like that. Go to BitChute, go to Nicholas Veniamin's channel over on BitChute. You can go to YouTube, UGETUBE. Look in other places. Start doing some research. Start looking into. Put in fake news. Put in a search for fake news. And you'll start to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm telling you the truth. All right, you guys, again, have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in getting a reading, you can check out my services at amysatori.com/services. You can also join me on Patreon, where I do a monthly energies reading, pick a deck, messages from spirit, and more. Subscribe to me on alternative channels such as BitChute, Brand New Tube, HugeTube, and the Collective Super Channel if you want to be sure we stay connected. Feel free to follow me on Instagram or reach out on Telegram as well. If you're interested in some great health boosting products I'm a huge fan of, please enter the URL below in your browser for more information. Also, check for the latest updates in the description of my videos as I try to keep them up to date. Thank you so much and have yourself a beautiful day.